Hello everyone, welcome to Come Sit at My Table. We're Tom and Melissa and we appreciate you being here. Today we are making a main dish and it's a slow cooker meal. It's something that's very simple to do and something we have done for right at 30 years. It's a dish that our kids absolutely loved and it was easy for us to fix because it was in the slow cooker. So we could throw it in the morning before we went to work, and when we got home, it was ready. We're making what we call awesome roast. And we've always called it that because every time our kids would eat it, they would say, "This is awesome." So we called it awesome roast. It's very simple. Only 4 ingredients. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to use 2 cans, and these are 10.5-ounce cans, of cream of mushroom soup. Now you can get the family sized can, which is 22 ounces, and if you get that, you would only need 1. But 2 regular cans of cream of mushroom soup. We're going to use 1 packet of dry onion soup mix, and we're just putting it in straight out of the packet. We're not mixing it with anything except the cream of mushroom, and 1 1/4 cups of water. And then, of course, if you're going to have an awesome roast, you better have roast. So we're using these 2 chuck roast today because this is for a 5 to 6 pound roast. And these were less than 5 pounds. Together they're about 5.3 pounds. So I'm just going to put both of them in. Melissa and I will eat on these for days. And this is from a beef that we had butchered. We actually get meat from a local Mennonite group. And so this is some of the roast that we had from them. Now, here's another thing I really like about this recipe. You just put everything straight into the slow cooker. So you don't dirty a bunch of pans or bowls. You just put everything in and stir it together and put your roast in. It's pretty simple. You know, when Melissa and I were teaching school before we retired, and especially when our kids were still home, getting dinner on the table was not always easy. You know, our kids were involved in a lot of activities. And so after school, we were running to practices and games and meets and gymnastics competitions or whatever. And we weren't home to fix a big meal. But we really didn't want just to drive through a fast food restaurant and give our kids a hamburger every night. So meals like this really helped us to be able to feed them something that we felt like was a little better for them. All right, I'm putting my water in with the soup. We could feed them something that we felt like was better for them and something that was very filling. And they loved it. Our kids were always really good eaters, and they still are. They like a lot of things. Actually, they might be better eaters than we are.
They're probably more adventurous than we are now. And we are willing to try a lot, but
we're pretty adventurous when it comes to food. But you're right, they probably outdo us now. And you know, I really think that's all about the way a kid is raised. If you raise them eating lots of different kinds of food and you don't tell them that there's an option, our kids never knew that they could say, "We don't want that." You know, that was just our meal. That's what we had. If we went out to eat, we went to Chinese or Thai food or whatever, they just ate it because that's where we were eating. And they learned to really enjoy all different kinds of food. And honestly now, they try a lot more than we probably do. And we're still pretty adventurous though now, you got to admit.
they are.
We are. Now, all I'm going to do is take my roast and put it right in there. And I am going to, actually I'm just gonna have to use my fingers too. You just wanna put it in, get it down in there, and then I just turn it over because I definitely want that top to be covered. So I'll just flip it. And then we'll do the same for the second piece. And I hope both of these will fit in there. We're gonna make them fit. You just wanna make sure that that sauce is all over them so they don't dry out. I wanna make sure it's covered. Now, we're going to plug this in and cook it for a good 8 to 9 hours on low. If you want to do it on high, you can. I would probably say 5 to 6 hours on high. We've never cooked it on high. We have always done it on low. And, you know, 8 to 9 hours is about right. If you do it any less than that, it may not be quite done. You don't want to go a whole lot longer than that because you don't want it to overcook. But 8 to 9 hours is about right. If your slow cooker does not have vent holes, check the manufacturer's directions to see if you're supposed to lock the lid down. Now, I know not all slow cookers have a locking mechanism on them. So check your instruction book that came with your slow cooker to see what you're supposed to do. I have checked our slow cooker book, and because ours has 2 vent holes, it does say to lock the lid down during cooking. All right, so I'm going to plug this in about 8 or 9 hours. We'll come back. By the way, when it's finished, we will remove the roast. We're going to leave that sauce in there, and well, we're not going to leave it in there. We're actually going to move it to a saucepan, and we're going to make a gravy to go over our roast. We always serve mashed potatoes with this. So you can make a really nice gravy out of this onion soup mixture and the mushroom soup. So we'll get that started, and when it's done in about 8 or 9 hours, we'll show you what it looks like. It has been a busy day for us. It has been about 8 hours and 40 minutes since we put the roast in this morning. And Melissa and I have done a lot today. I have gotten a haircut, went to the cemetery and watered flowers on my parents' grave. I grocery shopped, went to the post office. I did a bunch of things. And Melissa
Spent the day with our daughter.
She spent the day with our daughter in Lexington. They had a pool day. So
I think I came out on the best end of that deal.
I don't know. I did all right today. So I'm glad that we've had this in the slow cooker. It's cooked all day while we've run errands and while Melissa's had fun with our daughter. So now it's time to finish the meal. And there's the steam. I'm going to turn this off and unplug it. And I will scoop this back and take the meat out. Wow, that smells wonderful. I'm going to try to drain that just a little bit. Man, that smells good. And usually with this roast, we have mashed potatoes, sometimes fried corn, sometimes we do green beans, but today we're doing none of that. Melissa and I are just going to have a sandwich.
That does look really nice.
Yeah, we're going to do an open-faced sandwich with beef and gravy. Now, let's make the gravy. So we're going to get a ladle, and we're going to scoop the sauce or the juice, or whatever you want to call it, from our slow cooker into a saucepan. And we don't have to do all of this, but you can if you want. We just want to put it into a saucepan so that we can thicken it to make some gravy. You especially want to do this if you're going to make mashed potatoes to go with it. Because who doesn't want gravy with their mashed potatoes? Of course you do. So we've just put some of that in here. We're going to turn the fire on, get it started heating.
Obviously,
and
you did something else today too. I see the big kettle on that.
This. Yeah, one of my chores today was to make hot dog sauce. You want to show it?
Sure.
I made hot dog sauce because our church is having a cookout on Sunday night. And our pastor asked me to make hot dog sauce. And I was happy to do that. So that was one of my chores today. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of water and add, we want cold water. So we want to add a little bit of water to 1/4 cup of flour. I just used all-purpose, but you can use self-rising if you want. Just add a little bit of water, and we'll put a lid on that. If I can get the lid on straight. There we go. And we're just going to shake that up. You want to shake, shake, shake. You don't want any lumps in the gravy. So, let's turn our fire up a little bit. Get that gravy boiling. Once that comes to a boil, we're going to add this to it. I'm going to grab a spoon, Melissa. We're going to add this to it, bring it back to a boil for about 1 minute, and cook that flour, and it will start to thicken the gravy. And you can see it's already coming to a boil because it was already hot in this slow cooker. So it doesn't take long to bring it back up to a boil. All right. So I'm just going to stir this in. We'll bring it back to a boil. Let it cook for just a minute, and we'll have gravy. All right, let's turn the fire off. And we need to taste this gravy because my suspicion is it's going to need some salt. Maybe not, we'll see. Oh yeah, it definitely needs salt. So just put a pinch or two in.
Now, what kind of soups were we using again? Cream of mushroom?
Yeah, we used 2 cans, 2 10-half-ounce cans of cream of mushroom. But now, if you don't like cream of mushroom, you don't have to use that. You could use cream of onion, cream of celery.
Could you mix and match?
Yeah, I guess you could. I've never done that. I've always used mushroom because we just like it. It makes a nice dark gravy. I'm going to have to reach right here and grab a spoon because I got to try this again. Just want to make sure it's salty enough. I don't want it to be too salty. It's almost there. Won't take much more. Okay. That should do it. Yum, yum. Okay. So, we are ready to eat this. Now, Melissa and I are doing sandwiches, but we're not going to show you that. I want you to look at this meat. Look at this. Look how it just pulls apart. That's how tender it gets right there.
Low and slow.
Yum.
That's the secret.
Yum. I don't need all that though for a taste test. I'll save that for our sandwich. We'll just put a little out there for our taste test. And babe, I'm going to cut that for us so it's a smaller bite. Because I know somebody who likes princess bites. All right, you want a little gravy on yours?
Oh, why not?
Why not? Little gravy always makes things better, right? Okay. I better blow on this for you. You ready?
Ready. Really nice. Amazingly tender, too.
Now we know why our kids always said, this is awesome.
And this would be really good, like you said, as a full meal, but it's going to make a really nice sandwich, too.
Yeah.
Which for us at the end of a big day is all we're really looking for.
I said to Melissa, what do you want to go with this roast tonight? And she said, do we have to put anything with it? Can we just have it on bread as a sandwich? So that's what we're doing. But you can put sides with it, and it's a great meal. It's really good as leftovers too. And it is so tender this way. So I hope you'll try it. You saw how easy it was. And you see how easy the gravy is. It's so simple to make this gravy. Thank you for watching our video. We do appreciate it. We would appreciate if you would go right below this video and click that thumbs up. Just says you liked our video. We would appreciate you clicking the share button and sharing it to your own social media. And then, if you haven't before, click that subscribe button, the little notification bell beside of it, and the word all. That just subscribes you to our channel. Remember that right below the video, Melissa always puts the written recipe in the description box. So if you'll click the title of this recipe, where you see that it'll say awesome roast, click that, or in that box somewhere, that box will expand. Melissa puts that written recipe right there for you. And our contact information is under that. And then, of course, there's a place at the bottom for you to leave comments. And we love reading your comments. So feel free to leave us a comment. We would love to hear from you. All right. On these hot days, when you need something for a good meal and you don't want to heat up the kitchen, this is a really good one. We hope you'll try it. We want you to remember that you are always welcome to come sit at my table. Have a great day.